up the world, it's a brand new flow. Stories are brewing with Joe. Pull up a seat, let your truth unfold. Real talk, real hearts, real souls. It's coffee and conversations with Joe, where your voice has room to grow. No judgment, just love that flows. Coffee and conversation.
Good morning, y'all. It's Coffee and Conversation with your boy Joe. Like, how y'all doing this morning? Y'all know it's Wednesday with the #1 show on Wednesdays. It's your boy Joe Locker, aka what am I? Mr. Coffee. How y'all doing today? Y'all got y'all cup of coffee? Today's show, oh my God. You know, when I say God is good, God is good. And I say God's good all the time, he's good all the time. Listen, when we first started this show, we couldn't get the third cousin to come on the show. Right? Nobody was like, man, I ain't coming to no little podcast. Now we got everybody coming to the show. Today, we're just gonna call it Mayor's Day. Okay? We got mayors from different municipalities in the house. I am blessed to have Mayor Lawson in the building and also Mayor Stewart in the building. Y'all know who these people are. They have made history right here in Birmingham, Alabama. And I am fortunate enough to be able to have them in the building. So don't y'all go anywhere. This is the first time I've had two mayors. And the ladies in the house, the Queen Bee is in the house, y'all. She's sitting right next to me. And then I got this. Y'all hold tight. Before we get to that great conversation right there, y'all get y'all coffee stirred up a little bit. Because I got to go talk to somebody. She was missing last week. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Yes, dear. Yes, I did. You know, you can't leave me alone, okay, with the show, because I get to do what I wanted. Last week, I missed you. I did, didn't I, y'all? However come, you know, I got to say and do the things I wanted to do. You wasn't here to like.
I can only imagine. But I left nephew in charge. Nephew should have held it down.
How y'all do? Lisa, you been good? But we did miss last week. We didn't have Lisa's drama last week, Lisa. So is there any drama going on in the world? Anything going on that we're going to talk about before I get to this great conversation?
Woo! Woo! Let me share this.
What?
So 5 days ago. 5 days ago.
5? Okay.
Wait a minute. We didn't do wait a minute. Let's roll it back. Yeah, okay. See, he missed me for real.
So hold on. It's been a whole week and they forgot to have she got her own theme music she wants.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Go ahead, y'all. Play a theme music. Go ahead. Go.
Halfway through the week, let's go. Lisa's got the coffee, Joe's got the show. Sip it strong, feel that aroma. Welcome to Lisa's midweek drama. The smudge.
Now, 5 days ago, Netflix dropped this dramatic series called The Polygamist.
I heard about that. So what is it? What's that thing?
A mixture of emotions. First and foremost, Netflix owes me some sleep because it was 22 episodes and I binge watched it.
Wow.
It was like
wait a minute. Stop right there. Stop right. Why do Netflix owe you some sleep?
Because they didn't have to do us like that.
What? So it was that good that you couldn't stop?
It was that intense. I'm not gonna say it was that good. It was that intense.
Okay,
because
explain,
it was like,
if it's intense but it's not good, why am I gonna keep watching?
Because I'm not advocating for the storyline. Because this man was a narcissist. I mean, he had a lot going on.
So the name of the show is Narcissist?
No, The Polygamist.
I'm so confused.
Okay, let me break it down for you.
Okay.
This is a South African drama series centered around J&J, Joe and Joyce.
Oh, Lord, why you got my name?
That's what I'm saying. That's like you could relate.
That's why you looking at.
I had to wait. Joe, I know you've been talking about relationships.
Yeah.
But this series triggered every emotion I possibly could feel as a woman. I'm mad at the women who allowed themselves to be treated by this one man. This man slept with everybody but the nanny. He slept with everybody but the nanny. And I want to go back to make sure he didn't sleep with her. So he had a wife who was committed, who was loving, who was dedicated, who gave him children.
Okay.
And this man goes out and has 2 other wives. And when the wife found out about the mistress, she fought it for a little while, but then she accepted it, she embraced it, and introduced her as wife number 2, only to find out she was really wife number 3. Okay, yeah, sip on that. My biggest question from this dramatic series is, where in the world was this man getting all this money to fund all these lifestyles? That's something that, I mean, he was very well established. He was not easy on the eyes, so that bothered me too, because he wasn't even good looking. And as each episode dropped, he began to look like the devil to me. It was like, you demon.
And you kept watching.
I kept watching.
22 episodes. Okay, can I ask this question? How many hours is 22 episodes?
Oh, jeez. Like I said, Netflix owes me some sleep.
So you sat there in front of the TV for 6 or 7 hours.
I had to go use the bathroom a couple of times. And I had to leave the house once. I was so mad I had to leave the house. I paused it and I came right back to finish. I almost wanted to finish on my phone, but I needed to see on the big screen because I didn't want to miss one detail.
It's that good.
But I will tell you this.
Sure.
Go watch The Polygamist. Run to the comments. Let's talk about this. But episode 22, I watched that one episode, an unhealthy 8 times. An unhealthy 8 times. Because that man got everything he deserved. And I had to pray to ask God to forgive me for being happy on how it ended. Was that enough to just tell you about this series?
I think, one of these days you should sit here and do a show and bring some people on who watch this so y'all can, because y'all need therapy. Y'all need to talk about this. Right? Y'all need to talk this through because whatever's going on right now, it kind of hurt y'all feelings. So you need about 2 or 3 women, bring them on the show, and y'all really need to sit down and talk about this over coffee.
I agree, because like I said, I had to pray.
But I saw a lot of people, I guess it was women, saying that they was watching the show, right? The Polygamist, right? What it was called. I did see that on social media. I haven't watched it, but I did see it. So I really think, Lisa, y'all should go ahead. You should go do that conversation over coffee. Yeah.
So let me ask you this question, Joe. From a male perspective.
I am.
How do you feel about dating multiple women?
Dating multiple women? I don't have a problem with it.
So are you honest that you're doing this?
Yes. Because I'm dating. I'm not in a monogamous relationship. So dating, yes, she can date multiple people. I can date multiple people.
Okay.
Because we're dating.
So how do you feel about a monogamous marriage?
If I'm married, we gotta be monogamous. Period.
Good for you. You passed the test.
That was a test?
Yeah.
Well, you should already know.
Yeah, I'm trying to set you up.
You can't set me over there. If I'm in a marriage, if I say, to life do us, to death do us part, that's my partner. And I'm not sharing it with anybody.
There you have it. Yeah. He passed the test. Get in these comments and let's talk about this. And good for you, Joe. You're growing up on me. I'm so proud of you.
Wow.
Back to you, Joe.
Y'all see how she do me. Y'all go watch The Polygamist, and I'm not gonna talk to y'all about it. Okay, we got some coffee coming out here. So what do we have here?
Thank you.
Ice cinnamon roll. So before we get into this interview, I want to introduce you guys to my counter here. My guest. It is Mary Lawson. She's here. How you doing?
I'm well. And
we got Mary Stewart here. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
And Mary Stewart said he had his coffee in the morning. He can be drinking water here, but we got some more samples. You can just put on one right there.
It's going to be the Orange Bliss. It's orange and chocolate.
Orange Bliss, orange and chocolate. Okay. Oh, that sounds good. So this right here is what it was. This first one again. Ice. You want to try this, Mary?
Yes.
What we just said we're good. Oh wow.
That's good.
Okay. Ice cinnamon roll. Here, filter coffee. I like that. It does taste like cinnamon roll too.
And it's cold.
Yes. You know something? I didn't know nothing about cold coffee until I lived in Japan.
Okay.
I had never tasted cold coffee before. But we got the mayors in the building. They thank you guys for taking the time because I know y'all are busy. Did you watch the show Polygamous?
No.
Let's do it.
No, I haven't.
Are you gonna watch it?
I'm not sure.
Possibility. It's possible. Anything is possible with some of the days we have in our role.
Right,
We
right,
need
right,
some
right.
entertainment when we get to the house.
Well, today is Mayor Day here on Coffee and Conversation. Again, thank you both for coming out. This is my first time actually having two mayors and talking at the same time in sort of a panel type style.
Okay.
And then I want to congratulate you because we have been
Thank
doing a
you.
series here at the show for women who have been taking over. Mayor Stewart, we've been in power for a long time.
Exactly.
Okay, but now we got a lot of women that are winning. So before we get to you, Mayor, how do you feel about women now? Is taking that leap?
Well, I know there's 5 new mayors that are females that were first-time mayors that are part of now our Jefferson County Mayors Association. And I'm delighted to be able to have them on board. I'm a believer that if you want to get something done, you recruit women to be able to do that. And now, because we now have 5 that's a part of our association, I truly believe that we will get more work done than we ever have in the history of the Jefferson County Mayors Association.
Mayor
Yes.
Stewart, I've been saying that for the longest. I have been saying, like, if you put a woman in charge of something, the one thing she's gonna do, she gonna get it done.
Oh,
Yes.
She ain't gonna play she ain't gonna play the fiddle with that. I so agree with that. So first and foremost, Mayor Lawson, congratulations
Thank
on your
you.
win.
Thank you.
And for what I understand, a little bird that kind of told me, America, that she's the first mayor of Pleasant Grove that's a woman.
Yes.
Was that true?
That's true.
Well, can I
That's
shake
true.
your hand?
Thank you.
Congratulations, y'all. Congratulations. And Mayor Stewart, you are doing your thing over there at Irondale, sir. You took that seat the first time and you ain't let it go. And I heard you did a record number the second time of the most votes ever gotten in Irondale. Is that true?
Yes, Joe, it was 2017. Not that I keep up with that number.
Not at all,
We
right?
also had to add one provisional to it as well. It ended up being 2071, but it was the most votes that was ever cast in the history of the city of Irondale. About 3,000 people came out to be able to vote. And that gave me great satisfaction to know that the people were happy with the direction that the city was going in. And it basically gave me the approval rating that I needed to be able to continue to do all the wonderful work that we're doing in the city.
Mayor Stewart, I got to ask you this. I've seen the wonderful work that you've done there. And I've been around and been to a lot of the events that you've had there. But what did you go in and change from your first administration that you knew that you had to get done, or you felt that you wanted to get done? What was the one thing that you got done that you think that the people aren't there say, yeah, I like this guy?
I had to be able to change the mindset. I had to get people to be able to believe that they could be bigger, they could do more than has ever been done in the history of the city, because everybody before me were more, I call them M&Ms. They were maintenance mayors. They just basically maintained what was going on. I knew that the city of Irondale was at the crossroads, but all the other development that was going around in other municipalities, someone needed to step up to be able to make a difference. And I am happy that the Creator chose me to be that person to be able to do it. And when I went into office, I went in with Psalms 127:1 that says, unless the Lord builds the house, the builder labors in vain.
Wow.
And he's been showing out for the last 5.5 years to be able to put Irondale at the forefront and having some wonderful development taking place in our community.
Mayor Stewart, I want to go here with you. What is the one thing, because I want to get to the second administration, but I want to get back to the first one. I want to stay here for a second. What is the one thing that you was very happy that you got accomplished in your first term?
I would say we were able to get a property tax increase done in my first term in 2022 during COVID. Everyone thought that was impossible to be able to accomplish. I received letters that was calling me a fool. Some people said that I was foolish. Why would you want to be able to have a property tax increase? Inflation is at an all-time high. Gas is at the same place. People are losing their jobs. What make you think that your vision is so large that people would support it? And 75% of the people that live in the city came out and said, we want new direction. We want new leadership. And Mayor Stewart, if you going to drive the train, we want to jump on it and be a part of it. And ever since then, we've left the depot and we're just doing some wonderful things over there.
Okay, so help us understand, for people who may not understand the increase in property tax. What was the purpose of the property tax increase?
The purpose was to be able to create a $60 million fund to do about 6 to 7 capital projects. A new building had not been built in the city of Irondale in over 50 to 55 years. You could imagine what the infrastructure looked like. Secondly, we ask people to come to our communities. We want people to invest millions and millions and millions of dollars into our community. But my philosophy is, why would somebody want to take a chance on me when I won't take a chance on myself? And we were able to get that property tax increase through. And out of that, we built brand new baseball fields, which is called Ruffin Park Sports Complex. We spent about $11 million doing that.
Stop right there. Go ahead. Don't just jump over that, man. Slow it down a little bit. Slow it down just a tad bit.
I get excited.
I know, but I was
when
slow that down.
talk about
You did what with the 60 million that you got now?
We took the $60 million and we have produced about 6 to 7 large capital projects out of going to get those funds.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, what's the name of this baseball field? Because you was running with that. I want to slow that down just a tad bit.
But it is called the Ruffner Park Sports Complex.
Okay.
We spent about $11 million to build 3 state-of-the-art fields. They are all artificial turf, which means we never get rainouts. We never have to worry about the fields not being in a condition to be able to play on. We put a playground out there. It's a wonderful facility. Our rec league participation has increased by 150%. We also have training. Travel ball is there every weekend through October, which helps to bring in additional income to do that. Then we did something that people said that was impossible. That's to build a brand new library. People told me, people don't use a library.
I'm just going to say the same thing. Okay, so what was the purpose of the library?
The purpose of the library is, the city's slogan is building community, building the future. How can you build the community if the community don't have any place to be able to meet, to greet, to fellowship, and to get a chance to be able to know one another's name? We built the library not only to provide knowledge, but also to be a community meeting point for our citizens. We spent about $11 million doing that. Our library numbers are off the chain. We have people coming from all through the county to be able to use our brand new Irondale library. We took another $1 million to build a dog park. I'm a cat owner, but we built the dog park. I don't discriminate. We give the people what the people want. And the people said that they want a dog park. And we built a brand new dog park. We spent about $1 million on this dog park. We have a section for little dogs, a section for small dogs. We have a pavilion. And every month we have some type of event that's tied to the dog population.
If y'all just locking in right now, causing conversation, if y'all not hearing what I'm hearing, like we got the Mayor Stewart, 60 million, I'm gonna go down to $60 million man. You know? We are so proud to have him here and the things that he's done in Irondale. We have a lot of new guests here, so we have some guests, so make sure that they get the coffee. Thank you guys for coming out. Got people coming out to come see y'all.
We're glad that they're coming out.
That is real good. Mayor Stewart, we got so much to get back to you on, but I want to get to Mayor Lawson now. First time being the mayor, but from what we had a little conversation prior to.
Yes.
And you said you was a city councilman.
Yes. I've been a city councilor. I was a city councilor in 2020, elected in 2020, and served for 5 years, because there was a period of time where there were some smaller municipalities that were on the presidential election cycle. And because we were smaller, it was cost prohibitive to have so many elections in the same year. So the Alabama League of Municipalities lobbied, and the legislature agreed to extend our term one time for 5 years, and that was the 2020 term. And then in 2025, I was fortunate to be elected mayor.
Okay, Mayor, I asked all the other ladies this, so don't get mad at me. What made you say, okay, forget city council, got husband, got kids, got family, I'm finna be the mayor of Pleasant Grove? Where did that come from, Mayor Lawson? I'm just saying.
So I think it's just the passion for the city that I live in. So while I was serving on the city council, I had the opportunity, of course, the backroom view of the real issues of the city. And I discovered that most of the issues for our citizens were the day-to-day issues. While the city council is there to legislate and to budget and, you know, all those good things, the real issues for our citizens were the day-to-day issues. Is my trash getting picked up? Is my street being repaired? Am I actually being heard by the administration? So those were the things that the citizens were calling to receive. And a lot of my neighbors, friends, we didn't feel that that was being done. So I felt that I had something to contribute to that.
So, you know, I don't get into the bashing of other prior people before y'all, but, you know, I'm going to ask this question. How bad did you beat the person before you?
Well, the person before me did not run.
They saw you coming, they already knew.
I'm not going to touch that.
I got you.
But he had been in office for 25 years. So he probably, actually close to 40 years because he was the city councilor prior to that. And he had been the mayor for 25 years. So rightfully so, he probably felt he wanted to retire and enjoy his retirement at some point. So so then myself and one of my then co-city councilors, we were in the race together.
Okay. So I want to go here with you. So when you won,
yes, when I won.
When she, I'm gonna let that sit in there. But when she won, right? What was that feeling like?
First, it was a feeling of thankfulness for God's grace and mercy. That was my first initial reaction. Just knowing that God is, and I think as Mayor Stewart mentioned, knowing that God had the willingness to trust me with such a huge responsibility. Our population is not as large as some. We're right at 9,400 citizens. So just the responsibility that he was willing to trust me with. You know, God says, you know, I'll give you little and you see what you do with it. And he trusted me enough with this next step. So just the trust and the belief that God trusted me to take on that task. And then it was the reality of, okay, now, now you have it. What's next? So
I want to go here with you. It's funny, but the men ain't gonna get a kick out of this. So the husband, do he still call you baby honey, or do he call you Mayor Lawson? What do you require him to call you when you walk in the house? Do you walk in the house and say, take my purse, cook me some dinner?
No,
just asking, ma'am. I'm just asking.
He calls me sweetheart, and he still calls me sweetheart.
Okay.
And when I cross the threshold of our home, I'm his wife. So I submit as such.
So you none of it carried, none of it ain't carried over. Like one day you came in the house and you was on the phone and he wants you to go, like, you see I'm busy.
None of that. I'm still his wife.
That's good. That's
yeah.
good. Yeah. I want to ask both of you on something here. Being a mayor, right, and for what y'all are doing, a lot of times us as citizens, we don't believe y'all talk. We don't believe y'all communicate. You know, do y'all talk to each other?
I do. As Mayor Stewart mentioned about the 5 women, so we have a collective. We have collective conversations among ourselves because, as we know, although we have the position, we have the strength, we have the power, it's still good to talk to somebody that is like position.
Right.
So it's not a group of Black women mayors. It's not a group of white women mayors. It's just a group of women mayors. Right. So we have the opportunity. We have a group chat. We text each other. We bounce ideas off of each other, situations and stuff like that. But being a part of these different associations, I think that I'm having the opportunity to forge these relationships that are becoming mentorships. Like I can look at Mayor Stewart and I can see how he has a vision that seems so much bigger and so much greater than most of his citizenship could see. But it was something that God had put on his heart and he followed that. So that becomes an example for me
Wow.
to know that if you take one step, God will help you take the next one, or you can take two more.
Wow.
So it's just that leadership and finding those mentorships and people who are willing to share their fears, share their accomplishments, share their failures. So when you get someone like that has a willingness to do that, and I think that in this short time, I've been able to forge that type of relationship with Mayor Stewart. He says, call me, I'll help you wherever I can. And he's a much larger city compared to us and has accomplished several levels more than we have, but he's willing to share those resources with us. So, and he's across town, completely across town. So just to know that someone like that exists is powerful for me.
Mayor Stewart, hearing that, how did it make you feel?
Exhilarating. It makes me feel good. We were just talking about it a few minutes ago. It seems like for the last 3 to 4 weeks, for the last 6 weeks, we've showed up in the same place.
Right.
Last week we were in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yes.
We were at Safe Communities, event that was being put on by Axon that provides the body camera. And then I walk in today and we're here on your show, Joe, and we are excited to be able to do that. But I get an opportunity to collaborate with a lot of mayors. Part of it is because my story is similar to Mayor Lawson, but the only difference is I had the chance to be able to serve as a city clerk. I was inside the house for 8 years before I went 30 feet over to the next office to be able to run the city. I had a lot of time to be able to sit, relax, and to see what was going on, and said, when I get the opportunity to serve, these are some of the things that I'm going to do. But collaboration, partnership is very good. In the city of Irondale, we believe in being a blessing to others. I mean, we went to Marion, Alabama when they was having the water crisis. We delivered a check down there for $6,000. We've had another city in the Black Belt. They said, we don't have a police car. Well, we just purchased 10 of them. We took the police car down there and provided that to them. We've even given the city a fire truck to make sure that as we're being blessed as a city, we want to be able to reciprocate that, because Acts 20:35 says that it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. And the more that we allow our hands to be open and freely give, God just has a way of having a sense of humor to be able to bring it back to the city. But I feel like I can provide great mentorship to a lot of the mayors and new mayors, because I belong to probably every mayor association. I mean, I'm a part of the one that's on the national level, the U.S. Conference of Mayors. I'm a part of the Alabama Conference of Black Mayors. I'm a part of the Jefferson County Mayors Association. Right. And every month in Irondale, we have the Eastern Mayors Association, where we have all of the mayors on the eastern side to come in and to impart knowledge with them. And last week we talked about one of the subjects that everybody has been talking about lately, and that's data centers. But we had somebody from the University of Alabama that's running the brand new 40,000 square feet data center that they have there. We wanted to be able to provide correct information instead of biased information. And she was able to share with those mayors to help them to be able to understand what's the ins and outs about having a data center in your community.
So let's do this here. Since we're on that, you brought it in. Help us understand what are data centers, because we've seen here that they're dangerous. Some people don't want them in. They're saying they put them in the poorest part of the cities. What are data centers? I know what they are, but what are data centers, and are they a danger to the community, to the different municipalities?
Yeah, data centers could be very small, and you probably already got one of those in your community. It can also be as large as what they call the hyperscale data centers, which are the ones that are needed to be able to power all of the AI applications that we currently have going on. My perspective on it is that I am in the middle, because I believe that if all the shareholders and partners sit around the table, then we can develop a partnership. We can also develop rules and regulations and ordinances that fit everybody. They've done this very successfully in Ohio, and they've done it in Virginia. We are just slow getting to the party in Alabama. We haven't done anything or planning from the state level. I believe that the state should bring in a group of individuals that understand what is really going on to be able to develop a document that is unbiased and that allow people to be able to process the information for themselves. Data centers are not for every community.
Why not?
Because, say for in the city of Irondale, we don't have that type of land mass to be able to provide for a big data center to be able to come into the community.
And I deliver.
The other part that I understand too, a lot of money that is made with having a data center in your community is made on the front end when they come in and spend 10 to 14 or 15 $1 million to be able to build it. And that's where you get your money on the front end through permits, building license, and those things. But it doesn't take a lot of people to be able to run them. And that's where you now have 10 to 15 people that are running these massive units. But there's so many different things, Joe, that you can do to make sure that you protect your community. I know that the city of Birmingham has done a wonderful job, and I know they get criticized about, you know, there's a group that's still criticizing them about that. But one of the things that we plan on doing, I want to be able to convene 5 mayors to get together. Let's get around the table. Let's put together a document that fits the entire region. We don't need 35 different ordinances. We only just need one. And then number 2, we don't need to fight each other. It is enough revenue to go around for everybody. And I think that with proper planning, the correct documents that are presented that lays out what everybody needs to do, I hope that it will cut down on the confusion, because we just did something like that Monday night in Irondale. Everybody knows that the Costco's is coming to the city of Irondale.
Yes.
And that the Irondale will have the 6 Costco out of the entire state of Alabama. And we're the smallest municipality.
Congratulations on that. Round of applause on that. Congratulations. Yeah.
Well, one of the words that the community had a problem with, and you say this word, and it's blasting. Anytime you say blasting, people think about, oh, the walls are going to crack, my ceiling's going to mess up, my foundation's going to be that, and whatever. There was some misinformation going on because we jumped ahead of it and had a meeting in January 7th to be able to educate the citizens. And I told them, as soon as the contract is signed, we will come back to you and we will have another meeting to educate you about the process. We had Costco there. We had SEA, who's going to do the earthwork. We had South and Eastern Industrial Construction Company there. We had all the players that was there Monday night. And for an hour and a half, we talked about the process of blasting. We showed a video to let them know what it looks like. And we also educated them that there will be a third party that will come in and do a pre-blast survey of your home.
Wow.
When those individuals left out in an hour and a half, people were just so happy. It was like, Mayor Stewart, we love you. And I love Mayor Stewart too.
But let me say this here, Mayor, because I'm listening to what you're saying, right? And if I lived in Irondale, I would feel myself, right? Like, okay, now I understand this. And this is what I hear from you. You care enough to explain it to me, right? And I think most of our mayors across Alabama does that, right? But what I'm hearing is that you care enough to make sure that the citizens just don't think that you're in it just to bloviate, I can do this without your consent. And that's I'm going to give you kudos for that. Okay. I want to go here with you, Mayor Lawson. What do you say to what Mayor Stewart had to say about data center for Pleasant Grove and what you're hearing?
So I think that we're very similarly situated. So the city of Pleasant Grove is only 9.5 square miles. So with that said, we don't have the land mass either, because we would not have the acreage necessary. We do have vacant lots, of course, but they're residential size. So we're not going to have a large area that would allow for a data center. Now, do we want to expand one day? Yes, but it would just be for the addition of like a commercial district. It would not be the space necessary for any size data center versus one that may fit in the room of an office.
Let me ask you this, because this is scuttlebutt on the street. I've done a little research on it. I know we're going to talk about it today. Is it true that the data centers are being put in poor neighborhoods, in the black neighborhoods mostly? They're buying up the land there. Is that true? Is that a myth? Is there a reason why they're trying to do it that way? If it's so,
I think that some of it is true, but I would say that a lot of it is not true, because if you go to Virginia, you know anything about the Beltway, I mean, I think they told me they had like maybe 245 data centers that were sitting right there on the Beltway between Virginia, DC, and Maryland. And if you know anything about that area is not poor. Tyson's Corner and all of those places over there, Joe. So I want to say, because of the disinformation, that's why I believe that people think that, yeah, they are environmental, environmental racism now that we're having to be able to deal with.
Is it a danger, Mayor Stewart, to have these data centers close to because I don't know this part of it, and you've done way more research on this, so you're a savant here. Is there a danger for data centers to be close to residential neighborhoods?
Well, I would say, Joe, in the research that I've done, I haven't seen anything conclusively to be able to say that. But if we were open to them in Irondale, I would make sure that we put them in industrial areas.
Okay.
I don't know why they have to be in a residential area when you got a lot of industrial property. I feel that their fit is to be in an industrial environment. I would not be a proponent of putting them in neighborhoods. I mean, it's ludicrous in a way when you talk about putting it in a neighborhood and you only got a 500 feet buffer between the neighborhood and the data center. I just feel that they are better places, and that you can go through your zoning regs to be able to design it to make sure that when they come, that they are situated in those places where you want them to be.
Well, the one thing, I don't know if this is a myth or not, and maybe either one of you can answer this, from what I was hearing about the data centers, is data center gentrification, meaning that they're going into the lower end neighborhoods where they have dilapidated homes, and eventually they can come in and start buying people out, and they can just close down that neighborhood pretty much, and then make that whole area a data center, because you got these areas that are dying in certain municipalities across the United States. So that's one of the myths or truths that I'm hearing, that these corporations are looking at doing, like getting rid of this whole neighborhood pretty much. Not the ones that are fluent, but the ones that are probably not going anywhere no time soon. Get them a certain amount of money, buying people out. It's like when gentrification happens, right? And get them up out of there. Is there any truth to that, or?
I'm used to hearing people saying that they want to go to rural America.
Okay.
And the reason that they want to go to rural America, because there's so much undeveloped land in rural America. I believe that there was a conversation that just took place last week where they were trying to go to Lowndes County to be able to put something in the Black Belt, because you got so much land that is down there. You don't have a lot of manufacturing now in America to want to be in these places. Typically, they want to go where the regulations are easy and where there's a lot of land and you have the infrastructure for water and power to be able to make it work.
All right, so let's talk about some fun stuff here. What's fun about being a mayor? That you've been let's because we got really technical here, and I could go on through that all day, but I didn't bring you guys here to really drill down on the tough stuff. But I think that's something we do need to kind of talk about there. But Master, what's one of the fun things about being a mayor?
One of the fun things for me is being the mayor. We have about 50 events in the city every year.
Yeah, I do have a lot of events.
I mean, every time you turn around, we're having an event. The thing that gives me the greatest joy at these events, there are probably about 5 or 6 kids, no matter where I am, they're going to find me and to have their parents to be able to take a photo. That's one of the things that, because they're unbiased, They hadn't been spoiled yet. They
Right.
hadn't been told that you know good.
Right,
and,
right.
You know, any of that kind of stuff.
Right, right, right.
And for them to want to come and to be able to take a picture as what they call in Irondale, I guess is the other thing. Well, I love the kids and I love when they come up with that. And then my second thing is when I go to different places and people now are like, that's my mayor, not the mayor.
My
I am
mayor.
my mayor.
Like my pastor.
Yeah, I'm my pastor.
That's my pastor.
Yes, they claim me. They've
Okay.
taken ownership and said, hey, everything Mayor Stewart's doing, that's my guy. That's my mayor. We support him, and that's one of the cool things about being a mayor.
I can honestly say that I have when I do say things about Irondale, the first thing they say, my mayor, Mayor Stewart, Mayor Lawson. What one is? I know you're new to this. You've been in this position for how many months now?
Interim since September.
Okay,
and then officially since November.
So during that time to today, tell me something fun as being the mayor.
I think the fun thing is the discovery.
Okay.
It's the discovery of the challenges that I didn't know I was going to have and overcoming those challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to use the word opportunity versus challenges. And so I'm a rule follower. I'm a stickler for processes and stuff like that. So I think the fun thing for me is the opportunity to have almost a clean slate because of, unfortunately, the lack of some of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an opportunity to create that structure, create that reliability that our citizens can trust.
I want to go here with you. And again, thank y'all for coming here today. What is the routine of a mayor when she wake up in the morning and she get to the office? What is that? What is that routine like, Mayor Lawson? Talk to you. Talk to your boy. Talk to me.
Well,
by the time you wake up now, that alarm goes off. I want to hear this.
Well, now alarm going off, that's a relative term because I
Do
may
you turn
wake
it back
up
off?
No.
Okay.
So I may wake up at 2:00. I may wake up at 4:00. I may wake up at 6:00. So there's no structured sleep time for me. And so unfortunately for my assistant, that's the time that I'm texting or emailing or something like that because I don't want to forget it.
Mm-hmm.
So a structured day for me is no structure at all. So it's when I wake up and I get going, I start with the phone calls and everything because for me, I still work a full-time job as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually an assistant city attorney for the city of Birmingham during the day.
What?
So, yes.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. What?
Yes. So basically, from the time I wake up until I go to report to work for the city of Birmingham, I'm working in that manner. So some mornings you may see me at 6:30, 7:00
Mm-hmm.
at the city of Pleasant Grove. Then at 8:30, I'm at the city of Birmingham and I'm working for them until 4:35. Just depends on what the day looks like. But my true work hours are 8 to 5. And then I'm back at the city of Pleasant Grove from about 5:30 until whatever time.
And you volunteered to do this?
Yes. Yeah.
And I want to ask you this question because this is something that I did not know. Lisa, which one of the mayors said that they didn't get paid? Was it Mayor Mount Brook?
Does not
was not a
salary.
paid. So, do you get paid?
Yes, sir.
Because when she came in, she said, I'm with Mountain Brook, and I don't receive a salary. I'm like,
Yes.
And you still do this job?
Yes.
And she does.
Yes. But I will say this about the pay.
Mm-hmm.
So I have had the opportunity to average out my hours that I put in work for the city of Pleasant Grove.
Mm-hmm.
And just for public information, I think it comes out to about $5 or $6 an hour. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So,
what?
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, my morning.
I ain't never running for mayor.
Right. So my mornings.
No, I've been there, done that.
So my mornings, I work until it's time to go to work for the city of Birmingham. And then I work after I get off from the city of Birmingham. But all of my evenings, nights, weekends, city of Pleasant Grove.
Can I ask y'all a question? So can y'all like put in what's it called, an executive order and get yourself a pay raise?
No,
No.
I wish.
No, if we want a pay raise, we have to do it during the current term that we in. It doesn't go into effect until the next term.
And it has to be 6 months before
Right.
that current term ends.
Which means that it's not guaranteed that you're going to be there when the pay increase kicks in.
Happens.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So y'all finna put that pay increase in. So I'm just, I'll be like, I may win. Somebody gonna get paid in this job.
My position is considered part-time.
Okay.
Are you full?
I'm part-time.
Okay.
Part-time pay, full-time.
Wait a minute, Master.
Full-time work.
Hold on, the 60 million. Are you part-time?
Part-time.
Okay, I'm learning so much about these jobs. Real talk. So seriously.
Yes, my salary is $50,000 to be the mayor. I became the mayor of the city 6 years ago, and I was the city clerk. And when on August the 25th, when I was the city clerk, I was making six figures. When I won the election on August the 26th, my salary dropped to $33,000. I received $21,000 to be the mayor and $12,000 to run the waterworks. And I had citizens that said that I was getting paid too much to do that.
I'm going to go ahead and drink some coffee while Lisa asks this question because this coffee sure tastes good. Good God. What's the question, Lisa? Okay.
Why do I do what I do when I do it? It's a calling. If I wasn't called to do it, I wouldn't have even thought about being the mayor. But my whole thing started in my basement, May of 20, upset with the direction of the city and wanting God to call somebody else to be able to lead it because I felt that we were behind. I was comfortable. I was going to do 10 years, get in the Alabama retirement system. I would be 60 years old. I was going to retire and walk off into the sunset. After I finished that devotional, he said, "You are my person." And I said, "Why?" I started having the conversation with him like Moses had with him. You know, I gave him like 4 or 5 reasons why I wasn't his person. And he said, "No, you're my person." And I shared that with my wife. And I said, we getting ready to take a big cut. And she said, "If you called to do it, I support you." And it probably never will, because even now, there are people that think that I make too much because I do have a city vehicle, that I shouldn't have a city vehicle, that I am able to qualify for insurance, health insurance for the city, that I've helped 207 employees make sure that their families are insured. I'm supposed to go uninsured because I'm the mayor. That's how crazy it is when we think about how we get paid to do what we do, because we don't do it because of the pay. Lord knows I don't do it for the pay. I heard Mayor Lawson calculating her salary. My salary is probably $3 to $4 an hour, and I don't have another job. Irondale is my job. Every morning that I get up, I go to Irondale and Irondale only, and I don't go to another place to do another thing. That is my calling. That is my place, and I will be there until God changes the assignment.
Wow. Listen, doing this show here has taught me a lot about politics, because when y'all had to think mayor, I'm like, y'all got it made. Now you the mayor, you getting paid, you got to be,
Oh no.
And I definitely did not know that that was a position in politics that you don't get paid at all, especially if you're the mayor. So let me say this on this show. Shout out to all the mayors.
Thank you.
And all the elected officials that are working for being underpaid, working hard for the city, volunteering each and every year or every term that, if it's 2-term or 4-year term, to go out there and spend your own money that you don't receive back. And the city don't give you that money back. It sounds like within 4 years, you don't make none of that money back. And then you got to go do it again. So it sounds like you're going to be in the hole again if you ain't got sponsors. So I understand now why you want to get PACs and everything, because how am I going to get elected, be in debt, and then run a city, and my wife at home mad because I can't, my lights got turned off.
Exactly.
So I do want to add this. So in comparison to Mayor Stewart, so yes, I have a full-time job, but so a lot of the comparison for that is, why do you expect to get paid from us? Because you have another job. Yeah. And when he mentioned the vehicle, so the vehicle that I inherited when I became mayor was about 30 years old. It was a Crown Victoria. Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic. And true enough. So I requested that it be sold. It went to auction, sold for almost $6,000, which went towards my new car that I have been criticized about purchasing. And Mayor Stewart gets paid $50,000. So I get paid $22,000 for the same job. And I received $2,400 a year for spending.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I think sometimes citizens get this kind of, it's just me. When they see you doing something and they feel it's on their tax dollars, they think that you're making money off of them. They don't really realize that a lot of their money, most of the money is going to the city. It's basically, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be fair. Don't get mad at me, ladies and gentlemen, but y'all just give me folks a stipend. Okay, that's pretty much what it is. It's a stipend at the end of the day. Now, some mayors are probably making more, but what y'all are doing for the work and the hours that you guys are putting in, to all the mayors, like I said again, thank you for the job that you're doing, right? Because just listen to y'all, it just does not sound easy.
No.
But I want to go here with you, Mayor Lawson. You've been the mayor, you're the first woman there, you're doing your thing. And I've asked all the other women this. We see that's $60 million man, so we know what he's gonna do. He didn't knock the home run out there a couple of times. And he already told us, I ain't going nowhere. My people love me. I want to go here with you. What is your vision for Pleasant Grove? What do you want to see accomplished in your first term?
So my vision for Pleasant Grove is I've been thinking through the core values I want to establish for Pleasant Grove.
Okay.
So I want people to know that we will function and present and work with you in a professional manner. We want you to know that that we're resilient in what we're doing, that our efforts are for you, the citizenship. And I think Mayor Stewart hit the nail on the head. I mean, hit the nail on the head. Yeah, that's right. So I think that I want to change the mindset and believe that you should have an expectation of a city that you can truly be proud of, and we can still function other than being, our slogan has been a bedroom community. Our official mantra is we're a good neighbor city. And so the mindset of a lot of our citizenship was that we were a bedroom community. And there's this fear that that's going to change if we bring in resources that will actually generate tax dollars. And just the mindset that you have to know that you have to have money to actually operate. Things, yes, 50 years ago, we could operate on the one grocery store and the $2 generals that produce tax dollars. But now you have to have the mindset, gas is almost $5 a gallon in some places. Here it's almost $4 a gallon. And so you have to know that it takes money to operate the city. Right now, we have the ranking of the 5th or 6th safest city in Alabama. And that's a huge badge of honor, but that takes police. That takes the police having resources. That takes police having all of the things that they need. So you can't expect to have a police department of 9 and produce that kind of safety. So you have to be willing to have the mindset to know that it takes money to operate the type of city that you say that you want, and realistically look at what does that take. Yes, we want repair. We want sidewalks. We want to be a walkable city. Sidewalks are not free. How do you get that money? We even had
Take it from your salary.
Yeah, exactly. We even had a situation. So just like Mayor Stewart was talking about the events. So we didn't have a lot of events in the city. Part of my conversations with our taxpayers when I was running or campaigning or when I was a city councilor, we don't have anything in the city. What can we do in the city? So I started to, solicit funds from our legislators and from sponsorship, private sponsorships, and then applying for and receiving grants. We actually just received a $700,000 grant, federal grant through our legislature. I know.
The brakes right there. You got to get the congratulations on that. Go ahead. Keep working on that.
So our Representative Terry Sewell, we're in her district. So we worked with her and we were able to receive a $700,000 grant for sidewalks and lights. But if you know anything about the economy today, you're not going to get many sidewalks for $700,000. And then you throw in some lights. So that may just be enough to repair the few sidewalks that we have. So now on to the next thing. Where do you get the money to do the next thing? And so we just had every year since I've been in office, we do a Jazz in the Grove. It's a free summer jazz concert. It was a spinoff of Jazz in the Park that the city of Birmingham used to have. And so we started that 5 years ago. And so what I did was I wanted to have it fully funded with grant money because the previous administration and the previous elected officials didn't believe in spending tax dollars on free city events, unfortunately. So I said, okay, let's go out and get the grant money. We did. Fortunately, we had legislators that were willing to support it. This past 2 weeks ago, we had the Jazz in the Grove, and citizens were actually saying, why do we keep having so many free events in the city of Pleasant Grove?
See, this is why I'm not mayor, because y'all are funky behind women have nothing messing around with me. That's why I have coffee and conversation with Mr. Mr. Coffee, because y'all messing around with me. Oh, hey, pull the plugs, cut the mics.
Right. So it's those type of challenges. Right. And just the mindset of knowing you cannot please everybody, and you just have to go with what your vision is, and that's why you have to be so secure in your position. And for me, and it sounds like for Mayor Stewart, and so secure with your relationship with God himself. With God himself. And so, because you have to know that you're clear on what he's directing you to do.
With that being said, I heard Mayor Stewart say that he had to change the mind of his people. Right. Same thing you're talking about. So, Mayor Stewart, could you say one or two things of how you went about changing the mind of Irondale? Because it sounds like you probably had some of the same issues, but you was able to get through. What were some of the things that you did?
Well, my wife kind of helped me with it because I'm an accountant by trade. So 1 + 1 is 2. And I was real big on, I can do the math, I can do the management, I can do all of that stuff. And she finally told me in 2012 when I ran, she said, you know what? People really don't care how smart you are. They don't care if you can balance a budget and all that kind of stuff. You got to give people something that they can see, feel, and touch. And that's what we did. We came in, we did what is called Blueprint Irondale. We did a comprehensive plan. We had over 1,400 citizens to participate in this survey. And they told me, this is what we want. And I thought, okay, well, if this is what you want, it's going to cost some money to be able to do it. They said, okay, how much? I said, $60 million. They said, through the tax referendum, we're cool with that. We then turned around, went to New York, walked into the S&P, did our little reporting and all that kind of stuff, came back, got the money, and we started doing the projects. once you begin to do what you said that you're going to do, and the people then begin to enjoy what you said that you were going to do, then it begins to alleviate all of the naysayers and people begin to jump on board. And I believe that's how we've been able to do it in Irondale.
You touched the pulse of the city, right? And I think that's very tough to do because you said your city sounded like it was ready to grow. You said sleeping city. And I used to live in Hueytown where my parents did, right? And so with that being said, you live in, when the people are there, they want the one gas station. They want the one Family Dollar. They don't want anything else. So I think it's going to be a challenge for you. But I know sitting here listening to you that you're going to get it done. I'm going to wrap this up here, but I want to ask you guys two questions. I'm going to let you go. Is that okay? Is that okay? All right. What would you say, Mel Lawson, to a 13-year-old girl watching you right now that says, I want to be a mayor? What would you say to that 13-year-old girl right now? If she wants to be like you, what could she do? Or what would you say to her?
So what I would say to that 13-year-old girl is don't stop believing in yourself. Don't drown out the noise. Stay focused, stay determined, and enlist mentors. Make sure that you surround yourself with people who are where you're trying to go. It's no different than, people tell you dress for the job that you want. I would say surround yourself with the people that you want to be like or emulate, because I'm a firm believer that the young people today, with the resources that they have, they will run circles around us. And because young people today are super smart, they are very innovative. They are very focused. At times. And so I think that if you want to do that, just make sure that you create a path that gets you beyond where you want to go.
Last question for you here before I get to Master Stewart. How does God talk to you? Does he talk to you in a voice? Is it a feeling? Is it a dream?
I think that he speaks to me in all forms. I think God can take all forms. I think that God meets me where I am at that moment. Okay. He may know that I can't hear him if he speaks to me in a voice. So he may come to me through another person. Okay. He may come to me through my prayer time. He may come to me through a song. So I think that he's so special that he knows me so well. Wow. That he finds where I am and how I would hear him.
I love that. Master Stewart, what would you say to the 10-year-old boy that sees you, $60 million man, right? Saying, I want to be like Mayor Stewart, right? Or they're sitting there in school and looking up at you and seeing you on your TV doing your commercials that I be seeing you
on. A lot of commercials.
What would you say to that 10-year-old kid?
I would say to the 10-year-old, attempt to do something so large that unless God is a part of it, it's doomed to fail. When I ran for mayor, people told me that there's no way that I would ever be the mayor in the city of Irondale, because the city of Irondale is still 60% of the people don't look like me. Which means that I did not supposed to have a snowball to be able to do it, but believe in the impossible, because we serve a God that makes everything possible.
Wow. My last question to you, Master Stewart. How does God speak to you? Is it a voice? Is it a feeling? Is it through a dream?
Through the word, through the word. That's my primary source every morning when I get up. I try to make that the first thing to do instead of picking up the cell phone to see who sent me a text message, who sent an email. Every Wednesday morning now at the city of Irondale for the last 2 years, I lead Bible study at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Right after we've just had a long city council meeting on Tuesday, and just staying grounded in that word. That is, we only need just one word for the Lord, and every morning I try to get one word to help me to be able to go and to fight those demons that I know that at some point during the day
they come.
They gonna show up.
Love it. I got to get out of here, y'all, but I want to do this because if I don't, Lisa's going to kill me. Okay. So, Mayor Stewart and Mayor Lawson, I'm gonna give you 1 minute apiece, right? Talk to the cameras right there in front of them and tell what you got going on in your cities and how can, if they want to get in touch with you, how they can get in touch with you. Ladies first.
So what we have going on in our city is this is a great opportunity to get in on the ground floor of a clean slate. And we invite you to come to the city of Pleasant Grove. We are interested in hearing from you and what you can do to assist us in helping the city to grow. The way you can get in touch with me is through my assistant, Mrs. D'Amica Hodge. So our office number is 205-744-1724, and we are open to discussions.
Mayor Stewart.
There are 3 wonderful events that we have going on in the city of Irondale. On June the 19th, we're having the Princess and the Frog at Beacon Park. It's right behind the old Walmart. You can come. It's absolutely free. We'll have free hot dogs, free slushies, free lemonade, free popcorn. You can see that there's a theme that's reoccurring. All of this will be absolutely free. Then on July the 4th, we are celebrating America 250. We're going to have fireworks. We'll have music. We currently have flags outlining the whole downtown area. We're going to have a celebration there. We'll have bands. We'll have food trucks. We'll have free meals that you can get from the food trucks. Again, we've done a lot of stuff in the city for free. And then on July the 18th, we have I Love Irondale Day. And this is where we invite all of our citizens to come out, fellowship, have fun. We also have food. We'll have live bands. We'll have games. We'll have bouncy houses for the kids. Those are the 3 major events that are happening in the city of Irondale for the next 4 to 5 weeks. And we would love to see your face in the place.
All right, guys. We want to thank the mayors for coming out. This is the only place in Alabama and Birmingham that you can get the best coffee in the world and the best conversations. Of course, with the guy, Mr. Coffee himself. Guys, we got coming up next week. We got a panel coming up. We got some special guests. Going to be a men panel talking about relationships. So, ladies, we're going to need y'all guys to come out. Lisa's going to be the moderator. I'm just going to tell y'all one person that's going to be in the building. Y'all all know who he is. I'm just going to drop his name right now. Pink Bill to be in the building. Y'all just going to be sitting on this panel talking about relationships. You guys enjoy yourself. Have a rest of the great day. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my coffee and see can I go find out how to be a $60 million man. You know how I love it. You guys take care. I love you. Have a good one. Now, see you guys next week.